What the fuck? Now I'm recording audio. Yeah, oh well, shit happens. Yeah, sorry about that. What you need to know about the text widgets is that they work with Markdown, and on the, oh, I'm actually in the editor mode here. Docs.dune.xyz. That's where I want to go. So in this section here, we have text manipulation, and basically what you can do is, for example, we can write hashtag something, and that turns it into a how would you call this? A heading. And the more hashtags you add, the smaller the font gets, basically. So 3 hashtags is like the last thing that we will accept. So basically this is like a heading 3, and if you just do 1 hashtag, then you have a heading 1. So that's pretty simple. Then we can also do bold text with asterisks. So that works like this. Then we can do, I think it's underscore for italics. Yep, that works as well. And yeah, basically we can just use everything that's in here. So block quotes, that's basically if you want to quote something, you can just write it like this. Block quote. Oh, that didn't work. Something to note here is that you have to leave a space between the hashtag. I don't know, there's like a better word for hashtag. Yeah, whatever. Everyone knows what I say by hashtag. You have to leave a space between the hashtag and the actual thing you're writing, otherwise the system will not recognize that you're trying to do this. And it seems like block quotes are actually not working. That is interesting. Yeah, I have to take a look at that. I thought it would work, but apparently not. Yeah, sometimes hard. Oh man. Yeah, I didn't check this before committing them to the doc, so I don't know. I don't know what has happened there. Does this actually work? Otherwise, I will have to rework the entire docs. That's not nice. Yeah, so that actually works. So basically, you can just use this list, except for the block quote part. So I will just delete that out of here. Oh. And in that way, you can basically use these text boxes to communicate information that you're not able to communicate via graphs or charts. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the text manipulation. You can just follow that list and in that way manipulate the text. And then what we can also do with the text widgets, the name is a bit confusing here, but we can embed images from any website basically. You cannot upload images to our website, but you can just like search for them on the web, and that way you can embed images. So what I'm doing here is like exclamation mark, then open brackets. Then this is basically the alternative text for the image. So you can pretty much put whatever in here. This will only show up if the image link is broken at some point. So we can just search for an image on Twitter real quick, for example. So if I wanted to embed my my profile picture in here, we could just, we could just do this and then close the bracket, and in that way, oh, I screwed up. Oh, it's the other way around. It's oh, what did I do now? Image text. I want to close these, and this should be round brackets, and the upper ones should be edge brackets. I don't know the name for it. But yeah, and that way we get this image, and it's just nice to like have images embedded in your dashboard, because it helps people just make a mental model of this, I guess. And then you can use the slider here to resize the image. This only works in some cases, though, I see. Yeah, it's a bit rudimentary, I'd call it, but usually this works. So if I just wanted to show like, hey, I made this dashboard, I can just embed my image in here, and maybe people will remember me better or something like that. So yeah, that's basically all there is to say for the practicalities of designing dashboards. And what we could do now, first of all, is there questions around this? Yes. It's a very good question, but I think you should be covered by the fair use clause, where it's like you're reciting this image for, like, you're not, like, you're kind of doing commercial things with it, but like, I don't know what kind of image you would embed here that we, the platform Dune, would get copyright striked, or you would get like a, I don't know. I'd be very surprised. Like, you can embed like whatever NFT you like in here. Like, I don't think anybody would care. Like that like I've never even thought about this. I think you should be fine. Yeah, so I guess no more questions around this. So yeah, practicalities are covered. We could just go through like few dashboards, and like we could see like why they're great, why they're not great. So what immediately comes to mind is the bridge away dashboard by Elias. And basically I just like that, like, he has not done too much. It's just like there's like a bunch of information. You see that there's so immediately, like, you see, I always like to include counters on the very top of my dashboard, so people immediately can start understanding what is actually happening. And then it's like, okay, so there's $24.22 billion locked, and then what does this actually consist of? What has been the change in 30 days? And then on the right side, you have more like the address, or like this graph is more focused on addresses. So he has put this this counter up here to like show, hey, there's this many addresses that have committed in the last 30 days, and this is how they're made up. So it's very intuitive, it's very easy to understand. You can see like, hey, on the left side there seems to be something about value locked, on the right side there seems to be something about addresses, and you go down and you see like, hey, there's actually like, this is how this number is made up, and on the right side you can see like, this is the daily unique depositors for these individual bridges. And then we can actually, oh man, the Ronin bridge is so big. Yeah. So basically, this is a pretty good example of designing a simple yet effective dashboard. And you can see, like, if you're now wondering, like, how, like, if you look at this, if you look at these numbers like this, it's kind of hard to see like what is the actual market share, but you are probably interested in that. So Elias has like added a pie chart which shows the different market shares. So basically, like, there's a very clear flow here, like on the left side, which is like, there's this much value logged, this is how it's distributed, this is how it's distributed in percentages, and then yeah, maybe this is a bit misled. Like, he could have like added one more chart, which would be like which assets are actually locked. But it is what it is. Nothing can never be perfect. But basically, like, I think this breaks the flow here a bit, but I like, it's still like totally good and valid and whatever. But there's also like this doesn't communicate too much information. So basically you have like a couple data points here, but it's like all very understandable. It's all like, it's nothing too deep. Anybody can go to this dashboard and basically understand what's happening. So yeah, that's how you can make a cool dashboard. Maybe we can OpenSea traders. That's not the one I'm looking for, but that's the creator. Nope. This one. Yeah. This one is a pretty cool example of a parameter dashboard. Oh man, the query crashed. What? That's yeah, I guess this is gonna take a while. That's not very nice. Maybe I think he forked this dashboard pretty much to any OpenSea. Yeah, this is pretty much like a similar dashboard, or a very similar dashboard. So with parameter dashboards, a lot of people, like people who are not native to Dune, who are not creators, might be confused by this. So he has put like this is like very nicely structured in that he's saying like, find the contract address of any NFT collection and put it as parameter on the top of the page. So he gives like very nice instructions here. So that's I would advise you to do that if you ever work with parameters, because this feature is like, it's a bit tricky to navigate if you're here for the first time. And basically what he also does is like, he gives us a like top 500 collections. So we don't even need to like find the NFT contract address ourselves, but rather we can just go in here and maybe we want to look at, I don't know, Bored Apes, and we can just put it in here and we will see there's the Bored Apes. We can just dep this, take this contract address, put it in here, and then the dashboard below that. So now it's like chosen collection statistic. So now we get the data on this collection, and I just think like the way that he has handled this here is pretty genius. Like I really like what he's done here, and he also gives you like the total sales, the commission. That's the fees that go back to the. Yeah, I think that's the trading fee basically. So that's also like I really like how he did that. And then it's like, I think with the rest here, this is a bit too much information on one spot. I would segment this more like in the last session on visualizations, I've gone over my NFT dashboard, and in this NFT dashboard I've built like separate sections for like the different topics, and I like to do things that way. Well, he's also kind of doing it here in showing the minting process, but maybe, yeah, actually NFT distribution, he's doing it, but maybe just this up here is a bit like chaotic for me. Like there's too much happening at once. That I'm able to like on one glance figure out what's happening. So I would restructure this a bit to maybe like pull these more in the middle and basically order them below each other. Like there's like minor tweaks that one could do to basically improve the readability of this dashboard. But overall, this is still like it's still great work. Yeah, so much for this dashboard, I think. What else do we have? We could look at Michael's dashboards because they're always great. I think this is really cool. So Michael works with these text boxes pretty well as well. And basically what he does here is also describe what's happening, giving you like auxiliary information. And also always explaining like these parameters. Like I think Team Dune should take notice of this and basically, yeah, maybe explain the parameters better. But yeah, this is also like it's a pretty simple dashboard, but it's like it communicates exactly the information that he wants to communicate. So this is Ethereum network daily active users. And then you can see this is the sending addresses, this is the receiving addresses, and that's the total addresses that are interacting on any given day. Why is the number so low here? That's peculiar. Does he not add those up? Oh no, it actually kind of makes sense. Yeah, I'm just too dumb to calculate. This is like this is on different axes. That's why I was confused. Yeah, different axes are sometimes a bit hard to recognize in Dune because it's not immediately obvious that this is like one x-axis on the left and one y-axis on the left and one on the right. But yeah, it is what it is. There's also the sender to receiver ratio. This is like I don't know. I really like this dashboard for its simplicity. I discovered this last night while trying to solve this, while trying to solve another task. So yeah. What else can we look at? I think this is pretty cool. Yeah. This is also a pretty cool interactive dashboard where Michael basically gives you the option to like, hey, I want to look at the last hour, the 6 hours, 12 hours, blah, blah, blah. So this is like, you could either have like set date ranges. So you could say where the start date is whatever and where the end date is something. Wait, there's actually an example of that somewhere. I should probably... let me find that real quick, because that's actually that might interest some of you. Start date. There's a dashboard that actually does this. So in here, like I've pulled up a new dashboard, and in this dashboard we can actually choose a start date and end date. But actually, I think the way Michael's solving these with like this, of course, like this allows for more granularity. So if somebody really just wants to look at, let's say, September 28th to October 16th, we could totally do that in here. I forgot the numbers that I mentioned earlier, but let's just run it like this. And then it will basically only show you the range from these dates. But I really like it depends on the use case, of course. But usually I actually like this better, so that you can look at time in the past, but you can't like just choose an arbitrary date in the past, because I think that the UX of like the user experience of having this is better than the user experience of you having to manually pick dates. It basically makes it easier to interact with this dashboard. And then Michael's also showing like, hey, what times are you actually looking at now? So this is here. And then he's showing you a bunch of stuff here. And this gets like, it's not super complicated. So we can just like go through this real quick. So share of all DEX trading volume during the time period, and the time period is this. So, and then he's basically analyzing how dominant is Uniswap v3 in comparison to other protocols. And basically, the dominance right now is 52% in the last 7 days. This is the total volume, and that's the volume change. I wonder what this change is about. Change with this previous period. So I guess he calculates like double the amount, like 7 days. So if I select 30 days, he'll look at the like 1 month before that. And if I just select 24 hours, he'll just look at 24 hours before that. So actually, this is pretty cool stuff. I'm actually interested in. Oh man, yeah, this is typical Michael stuff. Yeah. Some of you can go in here and try to figure it. Like it's not that complicated, but it always looks very complicated. Wow. I had not seen this before. Interesting. So yeah, basically you like parameters are really powerful. And like using them in this way is obviously like it's pretty cool stuff. Uniswap v3 share change, okay. Uniswap users, yeah. Basically, Michael's giving you like the deepest dive you can get, you can do into Uniswap v3 dominance using the tables that are available on Dune. And even though I had not looked at this dashboard before, like the way he's structuring this, the way he's naming his queries, the way he has set this up, it makes it very easy to follow this dashboard. So that for sure is a positive example. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. So if there's a dashboard that you guys really like, we could take a look at that for a second, or maybe I could go into some of your dashboards and see if there's something to be improved. But I kind of feel like I'm talking just to talk. So I don't want to waste your guys' time. I think we've covered the practical things about creating dashboards, editing them, embedding images, stuff like that. So if there's questions, we can keep talking. Like, but I think I don't want to just keep you here to keep you here. So I will take that as there's no questions, and just end the lecture right here, because like I don't think I can really give you like we could keep going through dashboards, but it's like there's a lot of individual things that you need to like do about your own dashboards. Like you always need to have in mind like what do I actually want to communicate, and like what is the kind of message that I want to send. I don't want to overload my audience with information. And basically like it's very different for like different dashboards. So like of course like I could show you more dashboards, but it's like in the end like you will always have to decide yourself like what is the right decision here. And basically like I think we've gone over all the best practices in this session and the last session I did on visualizations. So I think we are really covered here. So yeah, thanks everyone for attending. I will upload this soon, and I think Andrew said something about there's a chat. Yeah. I think we're good to go. Have a nice day. Goodbye.